Hey there! So today I want to talk about websites. I feel we haven't done that in a while here on the podcast. And you might not even know that I've been a website designer, that I've been working in digital marketing for 15 years in agencies where we designed websites for clients such as Coca-Cola or BMW or Mercedes or tons of other brands. So I've been involved in this whole website game since 1998. So a really, really long time. And I also have a course for you, actually, where I teach you how to DIY your website step by step, click by click. So you're basically looking over my shoulder while I build a website, and then you follow me step by step. So it's as easy as possible. If you want to learn more about how to design your website, no matter if you're starting from scratch or want to improve your existing website, I'm doing a free 5-day website training that starts April 4th, where I'm going to show you how designing your website can actually be fun and easy. So we're going to talk about what to put on your homepage, how to choose your website colors, tools and tricks to edit your images, and so much more. It's going to be super actionable, and I'd love to see you join us. So to sign up for this free training, go to susannereiker.com/website training. That's susannereiker.com/website training, and I'll see you there. Hey there, welcome to the Blissful Biz podcast. I'm your host, Susanne Reiker, here to help yoga and wellness entrepreneurs build a thriving online business. If you're ready to make a bigger impact and earn money online, you are in the right place. Each week you learn about websites, digital products, social media strategies, and what's working now to build your online business. And now let's get started. So, in this episode, I want to talk about your homepage and how to design it so it's a money-making marketing machine for you. So your homepage is very often the first page someone sees when he or she visits your website, unless they follow, for example, a link to a blog post that they find on Google or another link that you share on social media. If that's not the case, they probably end up on your homepage. And so, it's a very, very important page. When someone visits your homepage, you want to show them all the different options they have and direct them to the right offers you have to help them. You want them to take action. Let's face it takes a lot of effort to get people to actually come to your homepage. So when you have them there, it's like they're standing in front of your shopping window from your store. You want them to open the door and to step in and to take action, maybe get in touch with you, book a class, book a discovery course, sign up for a yoga retreat, whatever it is you are doing, what you're offering, you want people to take action. And on your homepage, there are a few things that you can do to be more strategic about it so that actually happens. What you don't want to happen is that someone lands on your website, doesn't understand what you do or what you offer or where to click, and goes away. Attention spans are super low these days, thanks to social media. You really only have a few seconds for someone to come to the decision to click somewhere. So you need to be really, really strategic with how you structure your homepage and what you put on it. So in this episode, I'm going to share 5 keys for a money-making homepage with you. There are more things, and if you want to learn about all of them, sign up for the website training where we're going to talk about what to put on your website in so much more detail. But here we're going to talk about the 5 most important elements for sure. So let's get started with them. The first key is your brand message. That's normally a headline or a block of text that people see right at the top when they come to your homepage. So it's visible right away. Here you want to communicate what you do and how you help people so they know they are in the right place. They know right away what you do and how you can help them. And when you're a local business, include your location right in your header as well. I don't know why so many people forget about that. And, maybe you know it yourself. It's so frustrating when you come to a website. So, for example, for a photographer or for a private yoga teacher, and you can't find the information where they are actually located. If this would be someone to work, who you want to work with. And it's also important for showing up on Google. So when someone searches, for example, for private yoga in enter your city, you want to show up in the search results. And for that to happen, you need to have your location on your homepage so Google knows about it, right? Google can only work with what you give it, what you share with it. And when you have your location right up there in the header, Google will also see it as an important part of what you do. So when people search for it, you have a much higher chance to actually show up. Okay, so that's what your brand message should do. You want to tell people really clearly that they're in the right place. Here's mine as an example. Ready to elevate your yoga or wellness business and make a bigger impact? So that's like kind of a question headline that I have. And then I have that text. I teach wellness entrepreneurs how to create a strong brand and build a profitable online business so they can have a deliciously abundant life. So it's pretty clear. It's addressing my ideal client and it's also aspirational. So I want them to think, oh, yes, I want that. Tell me more. So when you write your brand message, there's no need to be fancy. Simple and plain most often works best. You don't want people to wonder, what does she mean with that, right? You don't want it to be confusing or watered down. Keep it simple and clear so people take action. And to come up with your brand message, here's a little strategy that you can use. Think about what you do, who you serve, and the transformation you can help them achieve. So that's what you do, who do you serve, and what's the transformation you help your customers to achieve. Okay, moving on. Key number 2 is to have a call to action button below your brand message. So pretty much right at the top still, right? What do you want people to do when they come to your website? What's the most important thing they can do? It can be a single action, like I linked to my application page for my Blissful Biz Incubator program. That's what I do. So it's apply now as a button. It could be a link to book a free discovery call when that's how you get new clients. So when you offer, for example, coaching. So your main call to action could be book your free discovery call or book your private yoga session if that's the main focus of your business. When you don't have like one main thing, it could also be an anchor link. So a button a button where you say, work with me. And then when people click on that button, they actually scroll down a little bit on the page to the section where you have like your main offers, how people can work with you. So I like to have like 3 main offers on the website. So for example, a link basically where you link to your schedule, book a yoga class or your private sessions or your yoga membership that you sell as well. That's like 3 examples. I like to keep it at 3 because that's really easy to grasp at a glance. So people don't have to think about it too much. When you have 4 or 5 or even more things, it's just like going to be confusing for people and then they might not take any action because it takes them too much effort and too much reading to decide where they actually want to go. So really keep it simple here. Keep it like to the main 3 things, how people can work with you. So this button that you have there on your homepage right at the top is super important, right? And so you want to use it to link to something that's important for your business, that's going to help people take action, to work with you, and not, for example, to link to your about page or to your contact page, because that's not really enough for people to take action in working with you. So you can add those links a little bit further down, but not right at the top. You want to have like a really strong call to action for people to work with you. So that was key number 2, to have a call to action button. Key number 3 is photos. You need to show your face, my friend. People need to see you. So if possible, they need to see you look straight into the camera, smiling, welcoming them, because that's how we build a connection. Right? And you're a personal brand. It's really, really important that people see you. So don't use stock images, or you can use stock images further down. So for example, when you have your services, how you serve people, how people can work with you. But even then, I really don't recommend it. Investing in a brand photo shoot, I think it's the most valuable thing you can do when you're just getting started. So before you hire someone to design a fancy logo, which you don't need, by the way, or to build your website even, invest in a professional photo shoot, because I promise it will serve you so much more. It makes such a big difference, and you can use those pictures on your homepage, on your about page, on your offer pages, on social media, on flyers. And yes, it's just really, really important. And I know it's deeply uncomfortable for so many of us. Just the thought of like, oh my God, I have to do a photo shoot, and oh my God, I don't want to show my face. I don't want to be the face of my brand. And then you come up with a fancy company name and like a brand that sounds like you are like a bunch of people. But you're not. And like most people that I work with, we are personal brands. It's just you, right? So yes. So when you are a yoga studio and you're presenting like a big team, you might not want to use a picture of just you smiling into the camera, but it's still really important to have personal pictures. Like when you're a yoga studio, you want to show a picture of the studio, of a yoga class in your studio. Maybe a few pictures where you have like a bunch of teachers or someone adjusting or teaching, right? So something that still builds a personal connection with your brand. But for most of us, we are a personal brand. So it's just you. So don't hide behind a brand. Don't hide behind a company name, and show your face on your homepage. This is really, really important. There's just no way around it. People want to see who they should be working with. They need to see your face to build a connection, to build that trust before they actually decide, oh yeah, so she looks like the right person to help me with this problem or this struggle that I'm having. And not only on social media, add it to your homepage right at the header. Actually, we want to see a picture of your face, and then further below as well. This is just really, really important. So that's key number 3, photos. And if you want to learn more about like how to work when you don't have great photos, so I have a few tips and tricks that I share, for example, my favorite editing tools in the website training. So when you listen to this episode, when it comes out, you can still sign up. It's starting April 4th. It's a 5-day website training. And to sign up, go to susannereiche.com/website training. Okay. Key number 4 is introducing yourself and showing and telling people why you are the person to help them. So you want to have a really strong and to the point bio, even on your homepage. Really brief though, just like 1 or 2 paragraphs max. And here you want to answer the question why people should trust you to teach them what they want to learn and why you are the right person for them and what makes you actually qualified. So it's a lot. And you're talking in more detail about that on your About page, obviously, but you should also talk about it briefly on your homepage. When you write your copy here, remember that your website shouldn't be about you. This is like a mindset shift, right? Your website isn't about you. It's about how you help your customers. So when you write this text, focus on how you help them, what problems you help them solve, and all those things, and not about where you studied and with whom and how great you are. That's not really what's going to make someone come to the decision to really work with you. So you can share all those details like your CV, like what trainings you did on your About page. On your homepage, it should be brief and more about here's what I can do for you. Key number 5 is testimonials to add credibility. So this is so powerful. It's how Amazon became so big. People want to see what other people think about you. And it really helps us come to to take action when we see, she got the results that I'm looking for someone else. Word of mouth, what other people are saying about you, you need to put it on your website. And even when you're just getting started, maybe you can ask a few friends, maybe you have a few first clients, and then just ask them. Maybe what I do is actually I invite them for an interview, like a feedback call. And then I get their feedback and I work that into a testimonial, send it to them for approval, and then I use that. In your testimonials, try to get testimonials where people share the results they've been getting. So when it's just like, she's so nice and she's so friendly and she has such a kind voice and I feel so warm and welcomed, that sounds all really lovely, right? And sounds like you're a really nice person. But when you have a testimonial where somebody talks about, I had these problems, for example, really bad back pain. And after just a few sessions with her, all my back pain is gone. I move around freely and I feel so much better. That's something that can really help people take action. And that's the testimonial you want. So really try to get testimonials where people talk about the results and what they've achieved working with you, right? So those are the 5 key elements that you need on your homepage to make it a money-making marketing machine and to not just sit there pretty. So it's not so much about the design. You don't need a professional designer to create your homepage. If you don't really brief them and give them those things, your homepage is probably not going to work as well for you as you would expect it to, right? So there are so many things you need to consider just strategically that you need to think about. Even when you hire someone to build your website, you need to brief them. You need to come up with, okay, this is what I actually do. This is who I actually help. Nobody else can, find that out for you. So this is something you need to think about. And when you have all that, and when you have the copy, and when you maybe even have great pictures, then it's really, really super easy for you to DIY your website. And then you really, especially when you're just starting out, do it yourself. Have focus on great content. It doesn't matter if everything is super fancy otherwise. It just needs to be simple and clear. People need to see at a glance what you're doing. It needs to work. So there shouldn't be any mistakes or broken links and all those, those things. So when you do it yourself, you also know how to fix all those things. So that's what I talk more about in my upcoming website training and also in my course, Blissful Websites, of course. So don't forget to sign up for the training to go to SusanneReike.com website training. And I really, really hope I see you there. So I hope this episode was helpful for you. You can also check out the show notes if you want to have like an overview of all the key elements that I just shared and talked about when you didn't take notes. And get in touch when you have any questions. I would love to hear from you. Simply DM me on Instagram and we can talk about your website and your website goals. Until then, have a great week. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Blissful Biz podcast. If you like the show, please leave a review on iTunes. This would mean the world to me. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast to never miss a new episode. To learn more about how to work with me one-on-one, my courses and membership, or to get instant access to freebies, workshops, and more, go to susannereiker.com right now. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.